Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the duo group Ironman. In the last video, I set the goal of obtaining every item required for all the master clue steps. I wrote down this list of items, which I think is all the items that we should need to be able to do all the master clue steps. And as you just saw in the last video, we got these two Slayer items knocked out of the way. Got the Smoldering Stone. I haven't made it into the axe yet, but I got the Smoldering Stone and the Dragon Chain Body. And with that Dragon Chain Body, that was the last item I needed for the Thermi collection log and also for the Calphite Queen collection log. So I now have both of these completed in under 400 KC, pet jar, everything. And I have all the combat tasks done for KQ and Thermi as well, so I don't think I ever have a reason to go back to either of them. Whenever I start going for these items, the items that you get from clues that you need for master clues, I am going to be getting master clues from the easies, mediums, and hards. So before I start going for these items, I think it would only make sense to have these items first, the Arma Helm and the Bandos boots. My duo teammate Spook Dog's got her own goals that she's going to be working on for the next few days, so we probably won't be going to God Wars in this video, but at the very least, I would like to get an Arma task and just have that stored up, or an Aviancy task that is. Bandos, we're not going to get a task for, we just can do Bandos anytime. I was doing Grotesque Slayer over Konar last video, so that way I'd be more likely to actually be able to fight the bosses. But for this video, I'm going to go back to doing Konar Slayer. I'm trying to stack up as many Brimstone keys as possible. I currently have 112. Even though I'm done with Calphite Queen forever, I'm not going to block or skip Calphites because they're a super fast task, so it's kind of like getting free points. So yeah, I'm just starting off with the Calphite task I was on at the end of the last video. This is still a Durdell task, so I'm not going to be getting any Brimstone keys from this, but after this, I'll be going to Konar, and we'll just see where the Slayer takes us. Yo, wait, I got the drop. This is my first time getting this scaly blue dragon hide. Every type of blue dragon drops them. It's the rarest from the babies though. They're 1 out of 100, but you can cut these open with a knife and you get 50 blue dragon scales out of them. So I'm looking forward to when I go back to Vorkath because they're pretty common from Vorkath. No way, magic level 105 is 23.6 mil XP. Diagnoths on water birth. Wait, that means I could do DKs. Yo. We need a second archer's ring. Yeah, here's the collection log. So second archer's ring and the other 2 pets. Hey, there is a dragon axe. Hey, that's a warrior's ring. Very cool. Thank you. It's a seer's ring. Oh, cool. Hey, that's a dragon axe again. Here is the end of the DK's task. Unfortunately, no archer's ring, although that could change right here, possibly. No. I did get a lot of brimstone keys from that task, though. A lot of just drops in general. There's a fun little price check. This is all one trip. I forgot to mention, I was just watching over the last clip. That was task number 800, and from that, I got 500 more Slayer points, up to 6.3k. I know it's a very random cut here, but my buddy Josh invited me to do some Theater of Blood, so I ended up going there for the first time in a really long time. In fact, the last time I was at TOB was when I got my Avernic, which according to my clips was September 2022. I want to mention that the Fang is good to use for the Soat room on Stab and for Verzik on Slash. Seeing as I'm rusty at Tob, I wanted to pack my inventory with Bruise because I knew I'd be making a lot of mistakes. But even so, I probably could have at least swapped out maybe the Crystal Helm for the Fang because I don't use range too much in the raid and the Helm isn't really that big of a difference. I'm using the regular whip because my tent was just about out of charges and I didn't want to make my team wait for me to record a clip about that, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're not going for speed runs or anything.
Now all we need
Pause
is...
champ.
Oh.
Pause champ.
I'm sorry, it's not for the irons.
Hey, it's all good, man. At least it's a purple, fuck's sake.
Yo, good luck, good
We
luck.
have a purple, ladies and gents.
Let's see it.
Good luck. It's
Nice.
a hill. Easy
Are
back to
we
back.
splitting? Is this 3-4? I don't even know.
I'm good to split.
I'm free for all.
Yeah, I can split.
In case you forgot, because I know it's been a while, the only drop I have at TOB in my name is just 1 Avernic, but someday that will change.
Santa hat, where's your blue shorts at? That's not the right outfit. Aren't you supposed to... Oh, God, he turns to the bank. Well...
Ready for top, guys?
That was definitely first slots of your bank, I mean, how did you get those that quickly?
And I wrapped up this session at exactly 150 KC, which was a Grandmaster combat task. I'm a Theater of Blood Grandmaster, although I definitely don't feel like it. It's always nice to get those Grandmaster combat tasks, though, because I'm going to need them to get the Master tier of combat achievements done, because I'm probably not going to be able to do all the Master combat achievements. Oh, that's a funny exam in text. Half a meat pie. Half of it is suitable for vegetarians. A virtual attack level. Little Ironman tip, when you do brine rat slayer tasks, they drop a lot of noted fish, including raw pike. And you need pike for a Charlie beginner step, so it might be worth your time picking those up. Although they are raw, so you're gonna have to cook them because you have to have a cooked pike for the clue step. I bass boosted a song with I think my mic broke for a second there, that was weird. Whoa, that's epic. Oh, there's the aviancies. That's what I was hoping for. So I'm gonna store this task. It's gonna cost 50 points to do that. And now whenever Spook Dog gets aviancies or whenever she's able to go to God Wars, I can just unstore that task and we can head on over there. What do I get? Dagnoths on Water Birth. We're going back to DKs. Oh, wow. Hey, that's Berserker Ring at number 3. We're just a duo though, but you probably knew that, so. Perhaps there's a chance that having multiple of these rings could be useful for the Desert Treasure 2 rings, or maybe they'll be completely useless. We'll find out. And followed by a Dragon Axe. Oh, another Dragon Axe. I'll make some inventory space for this. Ooh, a Mud Battle Staff. I mean a Me Battle Staff. And the DK's task is over. Unfortunately, no second Archer's Ring, but I mean, it's fine, not in a super rush to get it or anything. A 5.2 mil trip, not bad. Oh, DKs again, or Dagnoths, but will it be on Water Birth? Catacombs, okay. In the UK, what we call Jello is what they call jelly. When we say a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, they're imagining peanut butter with Jello, which is why saying peanut butter and jelly is very strange to them. Which also is why these are called jellies, fun fact, because they look like Jello, aka jelly in the UK. I think Dust Devils and Neck Reels are the best tasks to get if you're going for Brimstone keys. So always happy when I get these. I just got a virtual Slayer level of 103. I feel like I just go back and forth between the two rooms and I de-aggro the ones in the other room and then I run to the other room to re-aggro them, then I de-aggro the ones in the other room. And it's just a vicious cycle. So I just end up like happy with getting most of them and don't actually worry about aggroing all of them. Here is a virtual hunter level of 104, and the answer to your question is the evil chicken outfit. And sapphire rings for rings of recoil and nests for bruise. Ooh, just got a whip. Nice. Something I really hope Jagex brings back into the game, or maybe even just at least for group Ironman, is Partner Slayer, because at the moment, you know, I had that Aviancy task stored up, and I just got another Aviancy task. But because Spook Dog doesn't have a task, it's not really worth going there until she does, so she's just AFKing Slayer waiting until she gets Aviancies, and I don't know, there's nothing I can really do about that, because I want to keep doing Slayer, so I'm just gonna have to cancel this, because I can't store more than one task, so goodbye, Aviancies. If you don't know what Partner Slayer was, by the way, it used to be in the game. You used to be able to partner up with another player, and when you would get a task, the other person would get the same task as you did, so you can go and do it together. Unless the other person didn't have that task unlocked due to not having the quest or the level requirement, in which case that partner would just not get a task. It's a virtual defense level of 106. So sometimes you just gotta fire the gun outside your window just to keep the property tax low. Keep rent down, you know what I'm saying, boys. A virtual strength level of 110, aka 38.7 mil XP. Leaf-bladed sword, huh? That's cool. I guess this is kind of a small thing, but when you're doing a Dust Devil or Neck Reels task and you're using the Explorer's Ring, when you open up the ALK interface, you can just leave it open the whole time when you're fighting them, and then after the next set of them, you have your items to ALK and you just go straight back here, and you just won't have to reopen that interface. Oh boy, gargoyles, that means it is time for the Grotesque Guardians, which I haven't done for a hot minute. I got like 4 Grotesque Guardians tasks in 5 tasks a few weeks ago, and I'm at 838 KC. Wait, I have 160. If I'm at 838, I can bring the Slaughter Bracelet just to get a couple extra kills for the task, and I can get to 1k kills for this video. That will solve the problem of what the theme is going to be for this video, because I was really struggling with an idea. It's just like random Slayer. You know Alkin's old videos from like 10 years ago, where just him just chilling and doing Slayer? That's kind of what this video sort of ended up being. But now I have a reason to go for something. You know what's the craziest thing though, is that the original version of RuneScape was named after me and the other YouTuber Devious Mud. Must have been big fans of us back in 1999. Oh, wow. There's tourmaline core number 3, I think. Wait, that's number 4. Okay. There's stuff like this that I do in the background that I don't always show, like agility in this case, for example. Also collecting whiteberries. But I just spent all of last night doing agility, gained 119k agility XP, but more importantly, I got 68 mod marks of grace, which is the equivalent to, would that be 680 amylase, I think? So if my math is correct, then this is the equivalent of 174 dose stamina potions. And I think on average I use 2 stamina potions per raid, so this is the equivalent to being able to do 85 solo chambers. But now I'm going to get back to GG's. Hey, this Grotesque Guardian put me at 20 mil Slayer XP. Wow. So this video, I'm going to hit not only 1k Grotesque Guardians, but it's also going to be 20 mil Slayer XP. That's going to look cool on the title or thumbnail. Probably thumbnail. I used the Koret's memoirs and I saw I only had 1 charge left on it. And I realized I think I've never had to charge it on this account up until now. So here's my first time charging it. And I'll never show that again. I've got terrible, terrible news. I was about to do a birdhouse run and I just saw my stack of redwoods is now below 10,000. Normally, in any other situation, I would have ended up doing a bunch of woodcutting post max at redwoods because it's such an AFK thing to do. But with the potential of forestry coming out, there may or may not be any benefits to chopping redwoods in the future, so I've just been holding off on chopping them. Hopefully these 10k redwood logs can hold me through until then. And this is the big 1000 KC at the Grotesque Guardians, but I still have 3 kills left on task, so I'm just gonna finish that up before I go over everything. Alright, there we go. Last kill, the gargoyles task. I'm gonna pick up all this stuff and we'll go over the loot tracker and other info. Here we go. Loot from 1000 Grotesque Guardians. I'd say I average about 20 kills per hour, which would be like 50 hours. But I'd say it's more like closer to 60 hours because of me being distracted by streaming and birdhouse runs and clues and stuff like that. I got 2 more tourmaline cores than I should have in this amount of KC, so I'm going to round it a bit down and say it's like 50k GP per kill, which means about 1 mil GP per hour, as well as about 25k Slayer XP per hour, which is a bit more GP and XP per hour than just doing normal gargoyles for your Slayer task. However, this is way more click intensive and supply intensive. And because none of the uniques are really important upgrades, especially as an Ironman, really the only reason why people would kill this boss is because they care about getting collection log slots or you like the pet. Now, according to the wiki, the average Grotesque Guardians kill is worth about 55k or 57k on a Konar task. So I guess my sample size of 1k isn't too far off, as you would expect, because that's a pretty big sample size. So in terms of how this drop table is good for Ironman, there's really 2 main things. There's all the smithing XP, which especially at Giant's Foundry, you get so much more smithing XP per bar than just making them into normal items like dart tips or something. This would translate into a lot of smithing XP at Foundry, and then also just the straight up GP that you make that you could spend on bank space, or if you're not maxed yet, you'd spend it on fletching or construction. Not just from the cache, but all these rune items in here as well. I just add up the value of the GP combined with the high alch value of all the rune items, the granite mauls, and the dragon items. And this is the value. This is a 14.6 mil in just straight up GP from 1k Grotesque Guardians. So that's almost 15k GP, like straight up cash for Ironman per Grotesque Guardian kill on average. And I think this is the last thing to show is the collection log. For the 1003 Grotesque Guardians KC, everything but the pet and the jar, which is how it usually tends to work out in the end for most bosses. It's usually the last 2 items that you need. This jar is insanely rare, by the way. It's 1 in 5k. The pet's just 1 in 3k, but this jar is ridiculous, man. One more thing. The combat achievements that I have done. I have 1 combat achievement left for Grotesque Guardians, which is to beat 120. I have tried to do this in the past with the dragon darts and thralls and everything, but it'd be extremely RNG for me to get this done without like a Venator bow and scythe. Maybe someday in the future I could just come back for this, but Yeah, for the most part, I consider the combat achievements as done as they're going to be, for me at least. Wait, I didn't mean to make it sound like I'm not coming back. I will continue to do this task forever until I get the collection log done for Grotesque Guardians, and seeing as how rare the jar is, that probably means I will just forever be doing this task at the boss every time I get it. A couple last things I have to show here. First thing is the stack of Brimstone keys. It's up to 196. Let me check what it was at the start. Okay, I was at 112 keys at the start of the video, so that's a pretty nice jump. It's been like 6 days of doing Slayer. And the other thing to check is the number of Slayer tasks completed. At the start of the video, I had 792, and now I am at 859. So I've done like almost 70 Slayer tasks just in this video, and the Slayer points are up to 7,500, and I hit 20 million Slayer XP this video as well. But with that said, make sure to check out my duo teammate Spook Dog's videos linked in the description to see what she's been up to with her half the progress, and she's been working towards maxing stuff. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again next time.